Hello and welcome. In this series of videos, we are going to be talking about methods that will make you instant cash, and you will be able to uh, implement these methods in order to put money in your PayPal account or even your bank account as fast as you can with methods on the internet. Now, we're not going to be talking about things that are going to be dependent on SEO or elaborate traffic methods, and the reason is because those things, while they will make you money relatively quickly, it does take a long time to set them up. It does take a long time often to get rankings. So this is not going to be an SEO course. It's not going to be an SEO course on how to get ranked quickly and how you can get traffic from search engines that will bring you commissions or sales. Now, what we are going to be talking about are things that are going to bring you revenue from fast payments, things that you can make money from instantly from the time you meet a customer or from the time a customer comes to your page to the time they make the decision in order to buy. And these are things that are going to work in your favor. Obviously, you are going to need a PayPal account. So if you don't have a PayPal account, you're going to have to get one in order to take advantage of the methods that we're going to be talking about in this course. Most of you, if you're listening, if you're watching this course, you probably already have a PayPal account. If you don't, you are going to want to get that process started as soon as possible. And you want to get set up to take payments. And most people already know how to pay for things using PayPal. Not everyone is set up in order to take payments. So you want to be set up in order to be a merchant with your account. So go through that process if you haven't gone through it, and then continue on with the course as it is. Now, once again, and for pretty much what we said about SEO, we're not going to be talking about things that are going to take you a long time to set up. That's not an instant cash method. So we're not going to be talking about how you can become a YouTube partner. It takes a long time for you to be able to get the number of subscribers that it's going to take in order for you to get that critical mass so that you can start making hundreds of dollars in a month and even hundreds of dollars in a day. And the same thing is going to be true to getting traffic to your website to click on ads for AdSense. Once again, it takes a long time to get that kind of traffic that will yield you relatively fast money. I'm not going to be talking about multi-level marketing, even though those things can pay off quickly when you understand some of the systems. That's going to be beyond the scope of this course. We're not going to be talking about Kindle ebooks, and even though that is a profitable way for you to be able to generate passive income once you are able to write and complete books, or we're not going to be talking about the creation of mobile apps. So we're not talking about anything here that's going to take you a long time to set up. These are going to be things that you're going to be able to decide upon, focus, implement, test, and assess. And that's going to be our mantra going out through the course: decide, focus, implement, test, and assess. So you're going to be able to take these methods, decide on what you're going to do, focus on it, implement it, see if it's for you, and then if it doesn't, assess it, and then perhaps find another or move on to another method. We'll be talking about that in the next video. So with that, I hope you have a good overview now of what we're going to be talking about, what we're not going to be talking about, and in the next video we're going to be talking about just really what the course is going to be in terms of you finding the right method that works for you and that will continue to put instant cash into your pocket. So with that, thanks, and I will see you in the next video. Hello, now in this video we're going to be talking about how you can succeed in this course. Now, one of the things that you want to recognize is that in these methods, not every method is going to be for every person. So this is not going to be one universal method that's going to work for everyone, or that everyone is going to find each method equally easy for them. You really need to go through the methods until you find the one that you can make work best. Everybody brings something different to the table when it comes to marketing online. You need to find the thing that really enhances your skills and that you can actually generate sales and or revenue from the method. Now, um, the way to look at this is that you want to use the method that makes you the most money in the least amount of time. In other words, you don't want to have to you don't want to have to work 24 hours a day and 7 days a week in order to make a certain method work. If you can find one that works easier, so you want to have one so that you have enough energy to attend to being a family member, or to attend to your significant other, or to your children, or to the other relationships or the other things in your life. You do not want to have something that's going to occupy every minute of your time. So you want to find the method that you can make work best with the least amount of effort and time. Once you've mastered one method, you can then move on to a new one, or you can stick with the one that you're making work. As long as you understand that when you test out new methods, you can actually find one that you may be able to work better. And the other thing is that you will be able to learn progressively from every method that you master. So in other words, you'll master one method or you master one thing, and you'll be able to take those skills and be able to translate them into whatever new method that you might be trying. But you want to really get one and really hone it down, focus, and master it. Now, one of the things you can do once you have really mastered a method and you are generating income from it is to automate it and outsource it once you fully understand the market. But you do need to understand it from your perspective. You do need to understand it so that you can explain it in your own words, so that you understand it, how it works inside of your mind, and the process that you're putting in place in order to make it work. Don't contemplate. In other words, don't sit around thinking about all the methods. Don't sit around thinking about how this method might work for you. You need to take action. The paralysis of analysis will keep you from making money. If you sit and analyze every single thing, you'll never do anything, and that's going to actually keep you from generating income from these instant cash methods. The basis of these things is that you need to get something and get started. The way to look at this is decide on one. In other words, pick one. If you can't figure out which one to do, start with the first one, or start with the seventh one, eighth one. Pick one and then focus on learning it. Get all the things in place that you need in order to be successful in it. Put them in order so that you can start generating income. In other words, don't start looking at other things. Don't start looking at other methods. Decide on one and focus on getting it moving, getting it working. Don't start looking at other courses and other things. Focus on making the method that you decide upon work. Then implement it. In other words, once you get all the things in place, once you have everything that you need, once you've made the decision, implement it. Get it in front of the traffic source. Start getting your offer. Every single day that you're working with this course or any course, once you've decided and implemented it, you should be figuring out a way so that your offer is in front of someone every single day, so that you are basically asking for the sale. Whether or not that's through some of the methods like blogging, or we're going to be talking about those methods, but you should be asking in one form or another for the sale every single day. If you're not asking for the sale, you can't make money. You can't test the methods. That brings us to the next point. Test. And the only way you can test is to get the offer in front of people. And you want to keep changing it and making it so that you're tweaking it until you can make it so that you're generating more and more income. Test what you're implementing. Find out if it's working. Make adjustments to it until it starts to make money for you more and more. And then assess. Look at how much effort it took you. Look at how much time it took you. Look at how many other resources you might have needed in order to generate that income. And if that is a good, if you've got a good balance there. In other words, it doesn't take you 24 hours a day and all your money in order to make a little bit of money. If that's what the method is doing for you, you still might want to try another method even if you are making money. but decide on something, focus on getting it in place, implement it, test it, and assess it. That's the way you're going to succeed with this course. You're going to have several methods. You're going to have videos showing you all the things you're going to need to have, and then you are going to then want to take those things and apply them to the situation or apply them to the method until you can make them work. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in the next video. Hello and welcome. Now in this video we're going to be talking about the first of the tools that you're going to need in order to start building your instant cash network. And you're going to need to build a website, and you're going to need to have that website to be your home base. Now we're suggesting that you get a blog in order to do this. And now, obviously, there are a couple ways, different ways to do this. You do need a place to sell or pre-sell your customers. In other words, whether they come from the search engines, whether they come from social media, you want to bring them to a page where you can talk about their problems and then lead into how you can solve them with what it is you have. Now, you're going to be able to do that on a website or a blog. Of course, the difference between a website and a blog is a website is your official company, you can say billboard or advertisement. Your blog is a little more personal. It allows you to give your personal opinion, allows you to be a little more open. So a blog is slightly different from a website. Now you can use a blog platform in order to build your website. As a matter of fact, most people do use WordPress. Now, we're suggesting that you get a WordPress self-hosted blog if that is not cost prohibitive to you. Now, if you don't have one, the goal of this course is really to do the entire set of exercises or the entire model without having to buy anything. So if you don't have a WordPress blog and you don't want to buy one, we are going to talk about a way for you to do that. But it is the most flexible. It is the way that you're going to be able to have a website that you can adapt to different changes in business models. You can adapt to different kinds of visitors. And so you can do a lot more with a WordPress blog than you can with any free solution. Now, that being said, if you are easily distracted, consider using a free blogger blog. And I'm going to show you how to do that here right now. Okay, now you're going to go to blogger.com, and once you log in, it's going to probably bring you to a page like this. What you want to do is you want to start this process by clicking New Blog. Now, once again, remember what we are creating is a home base for you to be able to pre-sell your customers. So if you have thought about what niche you were going to be in, if you have thought about what market you were going to be in, this is what you will want to title your blog. Now, in this particular case, we could say that we are going to focus on individuals that want to write their own book or produce Kindle books. So we're going to call this Kindle Mastermind. Kindle Mastermind. And we're going to call this Kindle Mastermind. Now, actually, you probably want to be a little careful about using trademark names. I would then maybe go, let's say, ebook Mastermind. We'll call this ebook Mastermind. And that blog address is available. So we're going to create blog. Now, you do have some choices there. I'm going to suggest that you stick with the most simple, and they have a theme there that simple began mainly because it is clean and you are going to be able to keep it generic, because you're going to have different uses for it. You're going to have different things you're going to be doing for it. So you don't want to cloud it with something that's going to give people the wrong impression. Keep the simple theme. Whenever you do this, you do the same thing if you're going to use a WordPress blog. Keep your theme as simple as you possibly can. And once you've done that, you pretty much have a blog that you can start posting to. You can start posting to your blog right away. It's already going to be set up and you are ready to go once you have your Blogger blog. Okay, now one of the reasons that you want to choose that Blogger blog, as you can see, it was uncomplicated. You can start posting right away. It's very easy to set up. And of course, there's a short learning curve to learning how to use it. And you can pretty much do everything that you need to do. You can post hyperlinks there, you can post images there, and you will be able then to start doing your business. Now, the reason that any free platform is less optimal than a WordPress self-hosted blog is because you are selling something. And if someone is offended, they can then report you or flag you to either Google in this case, or even if you decide to use another platform, you can be flagged because some people are offended by having to buy things. And as a result, someone can at any point in time shut you down, even though you are just you're following the rules, you're selling things. So even though we want to make sure that you're trying to keep the cost down, the best of all worlds is for you to get a WordPress self-hosted blog. Now, there is a tutorial where you can click to and you can watch that whole process. It's probably beyond the scope of this course, and you will be able to get some help on how you can go about that process. But that is the best way for you to build your home base. You must have a home base in order to conduct your operations you're going to be doing online. This is going to be for your instant cash method, and you do need to have a place to send people regardless of what method you use. Okay, so now that's about it for this tool. Thanks, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, now you are going to need to set up a few systems that you will need in order to sell. Now, in some cases, when you're selling as an affiliate, the system is already going to be set up for you. However, if you're going to be selling anything other than something as an affiliate, you are going to have to take payment and you are going to have to deliver. Now, there are some very simple systems that you can use in order to do this. And in particular, when you deliver your product, service, or even your affiliate offering or your bonus, you are going to need to be able to use PayPal. And PayPal will handle this. When your buyer makes payment, PayPal will give you a link to your button. And what you're going to do is you are going to need to edit your button in order to do this. I am going to show you how to do that right now. Okay, you are going to want to go inside of PayPal and to create a payment button. And depending on what kind of product or service you are going to be offering, everything you need is pretty much going to be right here. Now, you're going to need to choose a button type. For the most part, you are going to want to click the Buy Now button. Remember, because we're doing an instant cash method, you want to be able to deliver on your product right now so that the buyer will pay you and then you will be able to complete the transaction pretty much at one appearance of your buyer. So we're going to put the product name in here, and we can put whatever our product or service is going to be in here, and we can say this is going to be articles. And you can give your product an ID here. We're going to give it, say, article 001. We're going to charge a price of $9.97. Okay, I would suggest that you not use a drop-down menu or a drop-down menu. So none of these things really need to be customized in and of themselves. If you're not shipping, you're not going to use shipping. You're not going to use a tax rate. Okay, so now one of the things that you're going to want to do here is you are going to want to consider using your primary email address. And then the next stage that you're going to go through is you are going to want to go to the customize advanced features. Now, when you customize your advanced features, when you deliver, you're not going to want to change quantities, unless that applies to the product you're offering. Okay, you don't want your customer to send you special instructions. You will not need a shipping address. Now, here's the key field that you're going to want to fill out. As soon if they cancel their checkout, you're going to want to send them back to the page where they buy. When they finish their checkout, you want to deliver the product or service to them. So this is where you're going to take them to either a page where you have your product secured to be downloaded, if that's going to be MediaFire, if that's going to be Dropbox, you are going to want to have a secure URL that you are using in order to deliver, and you want to put that inside of this field in PayPal so that when your buyer pays, that this is the URL that they are going to deliver to them. Right? All of the other things do not need to be used. The advanced variables, you're not going to need to use those when you are delivering a simple product and or service. And that is how you are going to set up your pay button, and that is how you are then going to get paid. We're going to click create a button here, and you're going to see this information that is going to be part of your that you're going to want to either put on your website. Now, what I would suggest that you do is to get the email button and to take this URL and to copy it down someplace, because you are going to use it and you're actually going to link to this from the pay button that you put on your website. Okay, now obviously you can take this very same code. It's very inflexible though, and if you have anything else or anything out of the ordinary, it may or may not work. I'm going to suggest that you take this email address, or I'm sorry, this URL, and then literally put it away or put it to the side, because you are then going to link to it when you get ready. And when we get to that stage, I'll show you when we get ready to actually put our pay button on our website. Use a graphical pay button. Okay, so that is pretty much it in terms of setting up your pay button. Okay, now the whole thing, if you are going to offer something for sale, one of the things that it's very important to point out, if you're going to create your own product or sell or sell something that you are conceiving and you are putting together, this is all very easily done on the JVZoo platform. It's not that the JVZoo platform is the end-all be-all. However, in this particular case, when you're wanting something simple in order to get you started, it is very easy for you to do all of these things by using JVZoo. I'm going to be showing you how to do that in this course. Now, the other thing that you're going to want to know is if you choose to use your Blogger blog. Okay, if you choose to use your Blogger blog, you are going to want to keep your whole page very simple. As a matter of fact, I suggest that you eliminate all of the distractions on your sidebar. Let me show you what I mean when I say that. Okay, when we create our page, this is here. And when we have a page and we're going to bring people to some of these pages, we don't want this here. We want to eliminate any unnecessary distractions from the buyer when they come here, so that all they see is the content, or all they see is the pay button, or the pay button and your content. So we're going to go inside of Blogspot or Blogger right now and eliminate this box. Okay, so here's your sidebar. We're going to go inside of here. We're going to edit it, and we're going to remove it. Okay, so now there's nothing there. We're going to go here and we're going to eliminate the blog archive. We're going to remove it. Okay, so now there's nothing in the sidebar, and for the most part, the only thing that's going to be here is going to be your post. Now, you can use a sales page template on your Blogger or Blogspot blog. that's going to be beyond the scope of this course. They are available. You go to the link here, you can click it, and you can get a sales page template. One of the cautions that I would give you is that those sales page templates for the Blogger blog tend to be on sites that tend to be insecure and sometimes have viruses. I'm going to suggest that you keep it simple. You want to get things started, and you want to use your simple Blogspot blog until you can afford to get your self-hosted WordPress blog. Okay, so I would not bother with a sales page template right away. Go ahead and make your first sale. Use those monies in order then to go ahead and get your self-hosted WordPress blog. Now, you will obviously you're going to need to be able to deliver your product or your content. That means you're going to have to house whatever it is that you're selling someplace. Now, in order to do that, in order to house the file or to host the file, you can use mediafire.com or dropbox.com to store that content securely and then to deliver the link inside of PayPal when the buyer buys. Okay, now remember, you can do all of this inside of JVZoo, and a lot of these things will be invisible. Remember that. Now, if you choose not to use JVZoo, you can do it this way. You can store your file on mediafire.com. You can also store it on dropbox.com. One of the things that you will want to be aware of if you choose to use JVZoo are the limits in terms of size. Now, JVZoo can deliver your file. However, you are going to want to be aware of the fact that your file can be no larger than 128 megabytes, as it says right here. If you're going to have something larger than that, you're going to probably need to use something like Mediafire or Dropbox in order to deliver your product. Okay, so that is your simple sales system that you're going to want to have in place. You're going to want to make sure that you know what those things are going to be as you get started putting your method together. And with that, thanks. I will see you in the next video. Now, one of the ways in which you're going to be able to make instant cash is to have something to sell. Right, so we're not talking about going out and being an affiliate this time. You do, though, need to have something that you are going to sell. We're not talking about a service. We're talking about something that you are going to give to someone. They're going to pay you, and then the transaction is going to be over. And then all that you'll need to do is have your customer service process take place after that. Now, digital products are best. This is internet marketing. So when you have some expert content or a software application, this is the very best thing that you can sell for instant cash, right? Because people, as long as they perceive the value that they're getting, if you are truly solving a problem, they will buy it from you. And as long as you understand the market and what people are willing to pay, then you can give them vital information and they're willing to pay for it, and you will have provided value to them. Now, one of the things that you can do, obviously, is you can provide people an audio product, or that can be part of your product. You can deliver audio when you give them what they're paying for. You can deliver video. You can give them MP4 files. Right? You can give them access to videos that they can download. You can give them a PDF document, right? You can give them, which you can effectively almost give them 100 or 200 pages in a PDF and deliver it electronically. So as long as you have something to sell, right, you can deliver it digitally and you can give people value when you do that. One of the things that is hot these days in terms of things that people like to buy immediately on the spot are software applications, things that do things for them, things that make their life easier. If you have produced something like a software or a macro on a spreadsheet, something that makes people instantly get more time, make them more productive. If you can produce something like that and deliver it to people in an electronic format, it's easy to use, easy to put on their PC. They will buy it. It's easy to sell for instant cash. Now, you can sell any or all of these things on eBay. Now, it's important to note, and I wanted to make this note to you, that on eBay, when you sell a digital product, you need to sell it on CD or DVD. You're going to be using their system. So even though you have this product that you can deliver digitally in every other sense, if someone were to hit your PayPal button, you can also you can do those things on eBay, but you must do it using a CD or DVD. Now, the way that you can deliver that product, you can do that on a software system called Kunaki, or you can have the software pretty much burned to a CD, and you can send it out when someone makes a purchase. Depending on how many buyers you have, that could be easy to do or it could be hard to do. But as you get sales, you could just package up the CD and send it off to your buyer. Or you can automate the entire process through Kunaki. There is a link there to a tutorial that will tell you about Kunaki and a little more about what you'll need to do in order to get your product packaged and sent to your customer. So those are the ways in which you can get started. These are things that you need to get started. We are still in this process of talking about the things that you need in order to get started so that you can make instant cash. So this is a product, a digital product, and once you have that product, you are ready to then to start the marketing process and getting traffic to your offer. Thanks, and I will see you in the next video. Now, if you choose not to create something to sell or sell a product that you are making, you are going to need something to market. And that means that you're going to need to have something that you can bring before people that have a need for it. And that pretty much means that you're selling as an affiliate. Somebody else is doing the work of creating the product. Somebody else is doing the work of doing the customer service. You are bringing the buyers, and you are taking the buyers something that really meets their needs. Now, when you sell as an affiliate, you need to be able to differentiate yourself from the other affiliates who are also doing the same thing that you are. Otherwise, if there's no difference between you and someone else, then you will not necessarily have an advantage in business. You will just be one of a number of affiliates. Okay, so you need to have something that you're going to offer that's going to enhance the buying experience of the person that's getting this product through you. Right? If they're going to buy through your link, you need to create more value by them buying through your link than if they bought it from someone else, or if they just bought the product straight up from the product creator or vendor. One of the best ways to do that is to offer a bonus. Now, if you have already created a product, that is an excellent thing to offer as a bonus. So even if you choose not to sell your product, one of the best things that you can do once you have determined what your niche is going to be is to have a bonus, and you do that by creating a good product. So you should already have a digital PDF. You should already have an audio. You should already have a video. Because when you do that, that's what's going to sometimes give people what they need in order to justify buying the product. Right? They're going to get this extra bonus, and they're going to get it from you. Now, a great bonus to offer is you create unique content with a local expert that is relevant to your product. Now, you might say, now, why local? Well, number one is you are going to be able to get together with that person to create a high quality product. You're going to be able to more easily create something to record either a video or an interview, and there are just certain things you're going to be able to do locally than you're not going to be able to do if you just did them online. Now, of course, if you can't connect with someone locally to create a relevant bonus, then certainly you can talk to someone on Skype and record your conversation. You can talk to someone using any number of computer programs, record the conversation, and then you've got yourself a bonus. You can also do a Google Hangout, and you can record that Hangout, take the Hangout down, and then you will then be able to create your own product. Now, information products are the easiest to sell for instant cash. So when you're marketing something as an affiliate, look for one of the affiliate networks that sell digital products. There are plenty of them. You can find them on the Warrior Forum. You can find them in JVZoo where ClickBank is probably one of the most well known. There are networks that sell nothing but digital products, and you can sell those digital products along with your bonus and get people to pay you a commission. Now, there are only a few of these networks that will give you an instant commission. We're going to be going over that in the next video. Now, on certain networks, the key for you is going to be to develop relationships with the product creators because you want them to approve you for instant commissions, right? Now, we'll be going over those particular networks in the next video. But in the meanwhile, in order to market as an affiliate, the best thing that you can do is not only to know your customer, but also develop relationships with the people who are creating the products, especially those that are creating them in your niche. Now, once you have generated some sales for some of these people, okay, they will give you a review product for your time. So in other words, you're going to want to get that review product because that's going to help you to be able to create the right kind of offer. So finding something to offer means you are marketing as an affiliate. Okay, you are marketing as an affiliate. You are going to basically make the sale, and you're going to get part of that sale as your compensation. Okay, so now that's it for this video. In the next video, we're going to be talking about affiliate networks, in particular those that are going to pay you instant commissions. So with that, thanks, and I will see you in the next video. Hello and welcome back. Now in this video, we're going to be talking about the affiliate networks that you can sign up with that will pay you instantly when you make a sale on behalf of the product creator. Now, there are a good number of affiliate networks available, but you want to find the one that has good products, in other words, that products that people buy, and ones that allow affiliates to be paid instantly when they generate a sale. Now, there are two networks that understand this and understand how to serve internet marketers, and they are the Warrior Plus Network and JVZoo. You should be signed up for both of them, and you should be looking for products in order for you to promote on both networks. Let's take a look at JVZoo. Now, JVZoo does have an element or a place inside of their site where you can literally look for and search for products that will fit what it is that you are trying, or fit the audience that you're trying to market to. So what you're doing here is you're looking at different products and you're looking at their statistics. Of course, this does not tell you what products are launching sometimes until the actual launch. Now, you can look for products that are selling today or the past days. You can also sort these products by those that are launching in the future. And sometimes what a product creator will do is they will put products in here that are going to be selling in the future. You can see some of those here. Okay, so now when you're looking for products to promote, you are obviously looking for those that are going to pay you instantly, and you just want to go ahead and click the request button right here in order to get the details and in order for you to be able to find out what the product creator is going to be doing in terms of making payments. Okay, so you can do this. We can just click the request button. And interestingly, you'll see here that the person just wants to know, they want you to type in, they want to know what your Warrior Forum username is, then they want you to tell them how you are going to promote the product. Right? And that's what sometimes happens. You'll sometimes get a preview of the sales page from the affiliate side. Now, this person is paying 100% commissions. Right now, well, the thing is that you want to find out is whether or not they're going to be paid instantly. Right now, if you don't know this affiliate, you might want to reach out to them before you go through this process. Not so much to just ask them, are you paying instant commissions? That's not the idea. You want them to know you so that they will approve you. They'll know you're legitimate. They'll know you're actually looking to get out there and make money for them. Then they're happy typically once they know that you're not a scam affiliate in order to get you approved quickly so that you can make commissions for every sale. Now, we just looked at some of those instant payment products to promote inside of JVZoo. The same kind of network is available there in Warrior Plus. You want to look through Warrior Plus. Now, the product creator needs to know you. We just talked about that when we looked at JVZoo. And before they approve you, they're going to want to make sure that you're not just going to bring them a lot of people that are going to refund and end up causing them more problems than they'll actually make the money for. So connect with them. Reach out to them on social media or on their blog, right? You want to get to know them so that when you approach them, they will be inclined to get you approved quickly. So you don't want the first time for you to reach out to them when you are making the request. If you can, you want to reach out to them before you make that request so that they will know who you are. Now, there are a number of products on these networks that you won't see in time to prepare unless you're on the marketer's JV list or unless they know you. So even though you can go on Warrior Plus, you can go in JVZoo, find products, sometimes you will not find out about the launch unless you know the marketer. The marketer tells you about it or you're on their list. And so it's more important for you to be on the mailing list of a marketer. It's more important for you to be in touch with them. It's more important for you to follow them on social media because that's the way you're going to find out about products they're going to be releasing that you can promote. Okay, and one of the other things, of course, and one of the ways you can get together with people and get to know them is you can look for JV groups of internet marketers on Skype, Facebook, and Google Plus. I mean, all of them exist. You want to be involved with them so that, again, you can find out about products as they're being created or before they're being created so that you can get your offer, your bonus in place in order to make the pitch to your buyers or those that you find. Okay, so that's pretty much it on affiliate networks. And with that, thanks, and I will see you in the next video. If you choose not to sell as an affiliate or you choose not to sell products that you create, you can perform services. Now, this really means that this is something that you have some expertise in. It's something that hopefully you have a track record in. If you are just getting started, you are going to have to develop some level of trust with whoever it is that's going to be hiring you for the service. And that really is what it is. You are either doing a short-term job or you are committing to fulfill on one particular task. Now, there are a lot of skills that are needed by advanced marketers, and they are willing to pay professionals to provide them. So as long as you can provide the service, whether it is article writing or video creation or part of the video process or script writing, there are so many aspects of internet marketing that require people to do them when advanced marketers would like to have someone else do them so that they can spend their time marketing their business. You can provide those services and you can get instant cash. Now, in most cases, you will either be paid half, right? Half of your pricing or all up front. Now, this is going to vary from marketer to marketer. There is no standard practice, and you're going to have to negotiate that, and you are going to have to decide how you are going to charge. Now, if you're going to do this on an extended basis, in other words, you're going to make this your business, this is how you're going to generate cash, then you really do need to establish some policies. Okay, but now, once you are established as this service provider, you'll be able to set your own rules. You'll be able to decide what it is that you'll accept, whether or not you're going to accept an upfront payment or half payment, or however you decide that you want to run your business. But this is going to apply more when you're in demand. So in other words, when someone else is seeking you as opposed to you seeking out the buyer or seeking out the service buyer, then you will then be setting fewer of the rules. When the service buyer is seeking you out, when you have people who are lining up for your services, then you will then be able to decide what it is you'll accept and what it isn't. This really depends on how well you deliver. And as I said, you can provide writing, video creation, video editing, voiceovers, copywriting, graphics, logos, any process that you see in internet marketing, it's often provided by a freelancer. So you can specialize in something that you are good at. You can provide this service. Now, you do want to have your pricing set up on your site ahead of time. And you want to do the best that you can to decide on what your fees are. You can do this very easily if you look at the market and what the other pricing for that kind of service is. Now, one of the ways that you can do that, a quick, fast, and dirty way to do that is to go to the Warrior Forum and to go to the service provider section. I'm going to show you how to do that now. It's not necessarily an exact science. It is a way for you to get a handle on what some of the market is. Now, again, that's not the end all be all, and the Warrior Forum is going to tend to be low in terms of pricing. Okay, on the high side, you can go to gig sites such as Fiverr.com, and obviously they're providing a service for $5, or you can go to elance.com. But we are going to take a look at now the Warrior Forum, and let's go and take a look and see what some of the market pricing is. Okay, now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to look to the Warrior Special Offer section, and you are going to want to look to either the Warrior Forum classified ads, or you're going to want to look to Warriors for Hire, or you're going to want to look for wanted members looking to hire you. Now, once again, the pricing here is the Warrior Forum pricing. That doesn't mean that this is what you have to offer. But let's take a look inside of one of these sections, let's say for article writing, so that you'll know what the offer is for someone who knows how to provide good article writing services. Okay, so you can see that this and the Warrior Forum, you're going to be on the low end, right? So just so that you will get a handle on where you're going to advertise. And that doesn't mean that you can't sell your services for more on the Warrior Forum, but you want to be aware of what the pricing is. You want to be aware of what the market is for that kind of service or for any service. And so you need to know what people are actually paying and what people are actually charging. Now, if you were an article writer, this may not necessarily be the place that you want to do that, but it is the place where you do want to get some information. You want to be aware that copywriting, sales page graphics, everything that's close to the sale, those things are going to be commanding a higher price. So if you know how to do those things, you can get paid instantly. Now, if you don't have those skills, that doesn't mean that you can't perform a service where you are going to get paid instantly, but you do need to recognize that article writing requires the least amount of proof, but doesn't pay nearly as much upfront instantly as you're going to get if you are a copywriter or sales page, or you can create sales page graphics. So this means that the more skills that you develop, the more easily you're going to be able to get paid instantly, and you're going to be able to get paid up front. Okay, so for those of you, if you're looking for a way to get paid quickly, want to go through this course, again, the skills that you have will help you to be able to do that. However, if you want to provide services over time, then you want to start developing a skill that does pay at higher rates when you get ready to ask for the sale. Okay, now there are other freelancing tips on the Wealthy PLR blog. You can click that link and go over there. But otherwise, you want to decide on whether or not you want to offer a service in order to get paid up front. Now, we're going to be talking about traffic and how you're going to get traffic to your service or your service offering, but it is important for you to know upfront that this is what you're going to provide in order to generate income. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in the next video. Once you've decided what you're going to market, you're going to want to put a landing page or pre-sale page together. Most of the traffic that is going to take people to your landing page or to your offer is going to be cold. So you don't want to show them the offer as soon as you attract them. And one of the ways that you can do that, you need to get them ready for the actual offer. And the best way for you to do that, of course, is to do pre-selling. And that's what this process is called. It's called pre-selling. And basically, when you do this, you are really warming them up to the actual offer. And you are going to take one page on your website and you're going to create some content that is going to basically let the person know that's come to your page that you are relating to them, that you understand their problem, because that's going to be the interim stage between them and the actual offer they're going to see. So the pre-sale page really should get them ready, letting them kind of get the sense that you understand what their problem is. You are connecting with them. Now, the thing when you do this is you're going to probably want to have multiple pre-sale or landing pages. However your traffic is coming to you, however you're attracting to them, if you're going to attract them through an ad that talks to them about a specific problem, you're going to want to design a landing page that relates to that problem. You're going to bring them to your page based on a goal they're trying to accomplish. You want to make sure that landing page relates to that specific goal. Now, when you do that, you are going to link from the landing page to the actual offer. The landing page or the pre-sale page is only to relate to the person when they're coming from whatever your traffic source is going to be. If it's going to be YouTube, if it's going to be social media, if it's going to be, in some cases, now we're not talking about paid advertising in this course, but if you were doing paid advertising, it would be the same thing. You want to give the person that's coming the sense that you understand why they have clicked the link, why they have come to the page. Pre-selling gets them ready. Now, you can create pre-sale content using a video, right? So you can talk to the site visitor through video. You can use an article, right? You can do a write-up, or you can do audio. But it should follow good direct response principles. So at the very minimum, you're going to want to have an attractive headline. You're going to want to have a story. Now, the story should relate to the problem they're having. You should have some social proof. In other words, you should have some instance where you can talk about people that have had some results with what you're about to send them to. And that's kind of a minimum. Now, the sales page is going to do all of the work for you. It really should be the thing that makes a sale, but the pre-sale content is really getting them ready to be sent to the actual offer. Now, once again, you want to make instant cash, but these steps are necessary because you want to be able to convert your traffic. You want to be able to convert your visitor. You want them to come to the page and you want them to buy. And the way that you do that, of course, is you do need to go through a sales process when you bring them to the actual page where they're going to see your offer for the first time. Okay, so that's pretty much getting your pre-sale and offer ready. Once you do that, then of course you are now ready to start thinking about how you're going to drive traffic to that offer. And that is really the probably the bulk of the course, the heart of the course. We'll talk about the different ways that you're going to get traffic to your offer, because remember, this is a case where you are looking for instant cash. You're looking for ways that you can put instant cash in your pocket. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in the next video. We are now ready for the specific next phase of the course. And of course, you should now have everything in place, and you should be ready now to start promoting a specific offer that's going to bring you instant cash. You should know what you're going to market. You should know if you're going to do a service, an affiliate product. You should know if you're going to implement create a product of your own. You should know exactly what you are going to market. If you're going to be marketing as an affiliate, you should have already chosen an instant pay network, Warrior Forum or JVZoo or some network that allows you to be paid instantly, and you should have an offer to promote. If you don't have those things, you're not quite ready to start the next phase of the course. So put those things in place so that you can start moving along with the rest of the course. You should have a home base. In other words, you should have a blog or a website. If you have chosen the free option, you should be ready with your blogspot blog. Hopefully you have a self-hosted WordPress blog. Even though there is a cost associated with it, it is the most advantageous for you to use in your marketing business. You should have a pre-sale page that links out to your offer page. And your pre-sale page should have pre-sale content that will relate to the actual visitor and let them know why their product or why the product you are sending them to is really going to help them to solve their problems. You should have a direct connection to them, letting them know on that page that you understand what their specific issues are. Now, we are focusing on specific instant cash methods now. That means that these are things that can put money in your pocket right now. That's why we're doing these things. Now, you should feel free to experiment with different combinations of traffic and offers that are not mentioned here. So when you look at a particular method and you have tried to make it work, and let's say that you don't necessarily like the amount of time that it takes you in order to make money, experiment with some combinations that you do not see listed among the choices that we are giving you in the second part of the course. You have lots of elements. You have at least 4 elements that you can combine with multiple traffic methods, and you can use these in any way that you want to. We are giving you the nuts and bolts, but now we are going to talk about specifics, but you can create your own specifics, and you should feel free to do that as long as you know how to make them work. Now, remember that the key is implementation. Now, once you get an offer working and it's making you money, you can make an assessment as to whether or not you can scale it or whether or not it's going to take you too long or it took you too long or too much effort in order to get to actually generate cash. But you want to get an offer working. You want to get a method working for you so that you can make an assessment about it. And then if you want to move on to another method, you can. But you want to find the right method for you. You want to find the method that puts you in a position where you can create your own unfair advantage. You don't want to necessarily, you can't avoid competition, but you can compete in those areas where you have an unfair advantage. Maybe you have a content advantage. Maybe you know how to relate to a specific buyer. Wherever you have an unfair advantage and you are able to market better, well, you want to start with that method because that's going to put you in position to generate sales that bring you instant cash. Okay, so that is the preview that we're going to be doing for the next phase of this course. We're now about to start getting into specific methods that you can implement in order to generate cash right now. So with that, thanks, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, now that we're on the practical side of the course, we need to take some steps now to actually put this into practice. So we talked about the fact that you're going to need to have a landing page and you're going to need to have a page where you offer a bonus. This is going to be your pre-sale page. So you might say, where am I going to get the content from? Well, I'm going to show you that in this video. What you're going to do first is you are going to want to just write in here to Google affiliate contest. I like to make my search, I like to make the search, add to the search JV. Now what we're doing is we are going to grab some of the copy of someone who has been successful in doing a pretty big launch or a pretty big affiliate program. Now the reason we do that is because we want to be able to copy their success and we want to adapt it to whatever product we're offering. So you've got a lot of products here that have had an affiliate contest. Well, hopefully you're going to find one now where you have one where the affiliate contest is over, but you can find out who the top affiliates were. Okay, so this was Easy Video Suite, and it was launched a little while ago. So we're going to scroll down and look and see if we can find the leaderboard, right? And just so happens they've got a post here for the leaderboard. Now, you can actually put that in your search, right? You could put affiliate contest and also put leaderboard in there too. Okay, so we have here um, all the top affiliates, and this was a pretty big launch. And what we want to do is we want to find out what they had on their pre-sale page, and then see if we can glean something that we can add to our pre-sale page that will help us to adapt it to our product. And I'm just going to take this person. I don't know them personally, but we're just going to take that person. We're going to type in his name, Todd Gross, and we're going to type in Easy Video Suite, which is the product. And you're going to see a couple of things here about Easy Video Suite. And you're going to see part of his strategy. So he's got a video here. He's got his own website, and so he's got a bunch of things here. So what we want to do is we want to look at some of these so that we can see what we can add to our site for our pre-sale so that we can offer a bonus. Okay, and so you can see here that if you can grab some graphics, and that if you can also put a video there, and you can get an idea of what the copy should look like. Okay, so this is definitely one way to do a pre-sale page. Do a video, add your affiliate link, and then put the product images there. Okay, so we've got a bunch of other affiliates here. We can take a look at what Mario Brown, Brian Anderson did, Peter Garrity. Any of these folks, we can take a look and see what they did in order to add content to your pre-sale page. You just want to adapt it to whatever product you're offering. Really simple. And if you find that it's not working, go back and check out one of the other top affiliates to see what you can learn from them. And then take their copy, adapt it to your product, and then start sending traffic to that page. Remember that you're also going to be offering a bonus, and take a look at their bonuses too. You'll see what kind of bonuses really work in big launches, what kind of bonuses really work in order to get them the actual affiliate sale, which is what you ultimately want if you're going to be wanting to make instant cash. So that's really the first part of this, is making sure that you have content that you put there, and you can get that by reverse engineering the pre-sale pages of top affiliates in other launches. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in the next video. Instant cash method 1, YouTube traffic to an affiliate offer. Now, in this video, we're going to be discussing the first part of what you're going to need to do in order to get your YouTube traffic to convert your affiliate offer. Now, if you've already chosen the affiliate offer, you should be ready. You are going to want to choose a relevant set of keywords for your offer. And the best way to start the process is for you to use Google Trends and Google Keyword Planner. Let's take a look at both of those sites. You want to start at Google Trends, and you want to look first at the Explore in-depth link. When you get inside of here, you're going to want to do two things. You're first going to want to limit your traffic to the audience that you really want to reach. If you want to leave it for worldwide, you can do that. If you live in the United States, you can sort that to the United States, or you can sort it by the countries that you want to reach. I would say that you want to try to look at the traffic over the past 12 months as opposed to since 2004. You can leave all categories available. And now, here's the thing that you want to look at in Google Trends. You're going to either use a web search or a YouTube search. And what you're trying to find are trends. You're trying to find which keywords indicate that people are really searching for them and have been searching for them over the past 12 months. You're looking for the patterns. You're looking for things that are going to give you a solid indication of where the market is. So we want to start with, if we were going to look at dog training, for instance, and we were going to use those parameters, what we would get is a chart that looks like this. Now, what we want to do is we want to look inside of these results. Now, there's typically topical results or query results. And when we do that, what we can do is we can look inside of the rising searches so we can find out what searches are being discussed that people are really increasingly more interested in. And that's what this percentage will be. Now, sometimes you'll get the word breakout here. In this particular case, therapy dog training. I'm not really sure what that is, but it seems as if people have been developing an interest in it over the past 12 months. If you are going to be marketing a dog training product, you might want to approach or attack those keywords because those are the keywords that people are using search for. Now, the other thing that you're going to do, and I said this from the start, is you can also look inside of YouTube. YouTube is the second most used search engine. You want to find out what people are searching and what people are finding inside of YouTube. We want to look at these results again. We're looking at the rising searches. Now, dog whisperer, I'm not sure if that is something that we're going to be interested in. German Shepherd training, breakout search term on YouTube. So you can attempt to get some of that traffic in YouTube by creating videos on those subjects where you are looking at breakout traffic. YouTube will show your videos sometimes to other people who are looking for similar videos. And so what you want to do is you want to be as relevant as you possibly can in your YouTube video. Now let's talk a little more specifically about this process. Now obviously there are a couple of ways to shoot a video. You can either use a video camera. Now in this particular case, if we were looking at dog training and you did not have the expertise, you may want to do a screencast video, or you may want to do something like a Google Hangout where you have an expert on that subject, right? But you want to create a YouTube video where you are either using your camera or screencast where you're creating something interesting. Now the idea is not just to create something that is going to give you the least amount of work. You want something that's going to convert people. You want something that's going to draw people so that you get views on your video, and so that the more views that you get, the more people that you're going to get clicking on your link. So consider using, in this case, if we're going to talk about dog training, consider using a Google Hangout, which produces a YouTube video, or create a video with a dog. If you have that expertise, you can lastly use a screencast video. In this particular case, it would not necessarily help you. But if you need to use a screencast video, you can always use screener.com. Your goal will be obviously to get your video ranked in YouTube. The fastest way may be to take that video and then to share it on your social media page. So you get a good video. You've created something that's really going to help people, and you want to then start sharing it so others can share it also. Now, the thing that you want to think about in creating videos is not just to put a video up there and put up some slideshow pictures and to see how fast you can just get something up there and get a link in there. Your videos should actually help people to solve a real problem. You find those problems, you can often find those problems on Google Trends just like we just did. Now, you may have some expertise in this area, and that's what I'm saying in particular. If you have the unfair advantage that you already know of particular problems to create videos on, this will be an ideal method for you if you're working within the niche that you know. Okay, consider using the 10-10-4 method. And the 10-10-4 method basically says that you're going to create videos around the 10 frequently asked questions of people in the particular niche, and the 10 should be asked questions. So you're trying to attract people who have these questions, and then you're going to direct them to your affiliate product. Now your pre-sale page should provide a bonus, right? Because you're going to send them from this video to your pre-sale page. Now on that pre-sale page, you should have a bonus for them for buying that affiliate product through your link. And that affiliate or that bonus should be a valuable piece of content that you could actually sell as its own product. In other words, you might want to get an expert interview. You might want to get something that people cannot get anyplace else. Put something together that you could sell on its own. As a matter of fact, what you want to do is you want to take that bonus and really establish a real value for it by creating its own sales page with a price it would actually cost if the buyer would purchase it as a product. Now, all this does is establish the fact that they're getting something of real value and not something that you just threw together. Okay, you want to make sure that they know, hey, boy, I better pick this up because otherwise I'd have to pay for it. The bonus often will get people to make a decision quickly when they wouldn't have made it otherwise. So your YouTube traffic to the affiliate offer, the key is understanding the problem, and you can start that process by going through your keywords in Google Trends and creating videos around people's problems. Okay, so now that is your instant cash method 1. And with that, thanks, and I will see you in the next video. Instant cash method 2, Facebook traffic to your created product. Once you've created your product, the easiest and fastest way to get it up for sale is to use JVZoo for your entire process. I'll show you what that means here in a minute. JVZoo will not cost you any money up front, as it has a site builder in place in case you don't know HTML and don't have a designer budgeted. You will want to make sure that you have a file that is deliverable and protected by the download section of JVZoo, and that file will need to be a maximum of 128 megabytes. Now let's take a look at JVZoo before we start our discussion about Facebook in particular. Okay, I am literally inside of the product creation screen for JVZoo right now. So you're just going to go and add a product or create a product inside of your JVZoo account. And when you do that, you're going to notice some basics here. I have filled in some of this information already before we started this video. Obviously, you're going to eventually want to allow sales. You want your product to show in the marketplace. And you want to make sure that you're doing a good description, because when people are searching for certain products in order to promote or certain products in order to buy, you want to make sure they find your product if it is relative to what they want. Okay? When you start thinking about affiliates, okay, you're going to want to start thinking about what you want to pay them. Generally, 50% is the going rate if you're going to have an affiliate. And more than likely, you're not going to be putting together prescription or subscription, but you can do that here. You can limit the number of the product that you are going to sell. In general, you probably won't do that. Now, I just put in a dummy support address and a dummy support URL. Okay, now a couple of keys here. For the sales page, we're going to use the JVZoo Instant Sales page. And we're going to use the protected download. Now remember, the protected download allows us to upload a file to JVZoo that's no larger than 128 megabytes. So if you have your product ready to be delivered and it's less than 120 megabytes, you are going to be in a good position, because you're not going to have to create anything. Not going to have to create a members area. You're not going to have to FTP anything. You are going to be able to deliver this product from the sales page. And that is the key, because we're not talking about your having to buy anything by hosting unless you just want to. However, this is going to make it dramatically easy for you in order to sell. Let's go to the other side here just for a second. Obviously, you're going to use PayPal. Like I said, you want to make your product descriptive as possible. Make sure that you have chosen your categories correctly and your keywords. The Facebook discount, you can give people a discount if they share your product, and this is going to help you. You can make this a $1 discount. right? Now, the other things are sort of things that you can implement along if you want to. However, for the most part, this product is pretty much ready to go where we can start looking at the instant sales page. Okay, now I am inside of the product that I just created, and I have looked at the instant sales page. Remember, we are not using an externally hosted page, we're using an instant sales page. Now, all we've got to do in order to get our product ready for sale is to click this edit button, and then we can start working with our template right inside of here. And once again, the real beauty of this is that we do not have to know HTML in order to do this. Okay, we are going to want to make it look like a sales page. We want to make it look attractive. We want to make it look appealing. But if we want to get our product up and running, this is going to be a dramatically quickly way for us to be able to do that. And all we've got to do is change the copy in here and use the buy buttons that are already in here. Okay, JVZoo will give you some options in terms of other buy buttons you can use, but you want to get this product done and you want to move it so that you can start making money quickly. Now, you can always come back, change your headline, change some of the copy, do what's necessary to tweak it once you start really getting traffic. But you want to put your sales page together inside of this site builder. And then once you've done that, you're going to click save. Your product is going to be ready, and it's going to be ready for sale. You've got your button there. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to create some pre-sale content on our blog. We probably don't want to send people directly from Facebook. We don't want to poke our link in there because, once again, that does look a little spammy. So we want to then create a blog post. And when we create our blog post, what we want to do is we want to make sure that we're talking about people's problem that this product solves. And we want to write something that's going to be attractive to them. And we're basically, once again, as we called it in previous videos, we are pre-selling the offer. We are pre-selling the offer. Now, the keys, a couple of things here that you want to know about a blogging template. Now, when we create this blog post, we're going to do a couple of things. Now, someplace in our content, we want to link out to our offer. So we want to be able to highlight some of the text, click the link button, right, from our pre-sale page, and this is where we want to put the URL for our JVZoo instant sales page. We're going to drop that link in here. And now we have our pre-sale content. Now we are inside of the HTML side. You can actually also use the what you see is what you get side or the WYSIWYG side. Okay, and we've got our pre-sale content in here. Now, one of the important things that you want to remember about a blog is that you want to put an image in there because the image is actually what's going to show when you post your link to Facebook. So you want to try to find a relevant image, not necessarily to your offer. You want to find a relevant image to the content and to the problem that people are having. In fact, you want to make sure that the image that you pick is going to help people to solve it's going to help people to think about the problem that they have that they want solved. Now, you can put that image there by clicking the Insert Image button right here. And we want to add that image someplace inside of our content where we can. Okay, the basis is we want this image to be the thing that's going to show when we post this link to Facebook. Okay, now once we're finished with our post, our pre-sale content, and we've given our buyer a good call to action that'll send them to the offer once they're finished reading our post and finish either maybe watching a video that we've given them, we're going to publish it and then post it to our Facebook page. The reason we are using Facebook traffic to send it to our own offer is because we have built typically you've already built a trust relationship with those people that are on your Facebook page and those people that you are following and that are following you, you have a better chance of being able to convert an offer that you have put together with people that are probably going to be like you and like-minded, and people who already know what it is that you do and what it is that you are doing with internet marketing. And so these are people that will look at your product, hopefully, if you have built a relationship with them. Now, we're not talking about using a fan page in this particular case. We're not talking about building up a fan page. We're talking about using your personal Facebook page in order to let people have this access to this offer. Now, what you need to understand is that Facebook has an edge rank algorithm, which will only show your post to only so many people. So you're not going to show it to everybody, right? So you're going to have to think of different ways in which you can attract people using these blog posts where you are basically writing pre-sale copy. Right? You want to get good at writing pre-sale copy that will lead people to click the link inside of the article you create and then go over to your offer. Now, you may want to break this up. You may want to create an article and post it to Facebook. You may want to create a video and post it to Facebook. Everything that you can do in order to get people's attention, relate to them, and then get them looking at your offer. Okay, remember now the pre-sale content. You should be creating interesting content. You don't want to post. You don't want to spam people. You want to give them content that's really helpful, because this will ensure that the next time you post something, they're just not going to ignore it because you are always posting sales pitches. You need to try to do in your post, give people something that's really going to help them. Now, all social media postings should follow this rule: jab, 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 right hook. Something that very social media expert Gary Vaynerchuk says. In other words, for every 4 posts that you do, 3 of them should be helping people or inspiring people or giving people something funny that they can use in their lives before you go sending them to something that you're going to be selling to them. Right? Let's take a look at your Facebook page just for a second here. And obviously, you're going to want to be posting your content right inside of your newsfeed. Once again, now we could discuss getting fan pages, but again, this is an instant cash course, so we're not going to use those methods in order to build up a fan page and get fans and all of these things. You want to be posting something that's going to be helpful to the people that you know and get them over to your offer. Okay, so that's about it for this method. And with that, thanks, and I will see you in the next video. Instant Cash Method 3, LinkedIn traffic to your service offering. Now, you should already know what service you're offering. If it's going to be SEO services, it's going to be article marketing. If it's going to be graphic design, whatever it is, you should already know what service you are going to be offering. You should already have a page with your pricing. And at the very least, you should have a full description of your service and a buy button. Those are the minimum things that you're going to need to have in order to get someone to come to your page and make a decision, in order for you to get business and to get paid up front, in order for you to be able to have someone click your buy button and for the money to go into your PayPal account as soon as you get the buyer. Your page should have, now I talked about the minimum. Right now, this is what you should have at minimum on your page. You should have, in addition to those minimums, you should have a headline. And the headline should talk about what benefit your chief buyer is going to get. What is your buyer, how is your buyer going to have their life or business change as a result of what they're going to be getting from you? You don't want to make your headline about the features of what you're offering. What are they going to get? How are they going to benefit? You should have some social proof. In other words, you should have some clients that have said, you did a great job in the past, or you do great work, And those testimonials should be on your page, and they should be verifiable. If you can, make sure that there's a link linking back to their web page so that people know that they are real people and that they actually did do business with you and that they can expect the same results. You should have a guarantee. What's going to happen if for some reason things don't go the way they are as planned? Now, these are the minimums you should have along with those other things, your pricing, full description of your service, and the buy button. You have these things, you have enough for somebody to come to your page and make a decision about whether or not they're going to buy your services. But now there's some other things you're going to need to do in order to make LinkedIn work for you. Now, you will be posting pre-sale content that's going to lead to this page. So just like the other pre-sale content we did on our blogger blog, you are going to do pre-sale content talking about the problems that people are having. Now, LinkedIn is a business network, so you should be talking about business problems that your service is going to solve. Because you're going to be attracting, you're going to be looking to get clients that you are going to do work for, that you are going to do a service for, that they are going to be willing to pay you up front. So your pre-sale content should really only attract those people that are having the kind of problems that you can solve. Those are going to be the people that you want to read the article, see what you have to say, and then click through to your website. The most effective process in getting leads to your service offering is going to be to participate and help people in groups inside of LinkedIn. That's going to ultimately be your best bet in terms of being able to get people to want your service. So you're going to need to make sure you know where those people that buy services like yours hang out, what groups they're in inside of LinkedIn. Let's take a look at LinkedIn right now. Okay, you are inside of LinkedIn now, and one of the things that you want to think about is now where are the people going to be that are going to be buying your services? Where do they have the need? And you can use the search bar for that. Now, if you are going to be looking for social media professionals and internet marketers, you can start your search looking for groups that are full of those people. Okay, and you'll start to see groups. You'll see groups that are here, and these are groups that you are going to want to join because they might have the problems that you can solve with your service. And so you're going to be getting inside of these groups and you're going to be helping people. Now, if your niche is not internet marketing, you want to start your search where people are going to have the problems. You're going to go through this same process of finding groups to join. Now, you can join up to 50 groups. And your purpose for joining those groups is going to be to help the people inside of those groups in order to solve their problem. Now, here's the example of a group you'll see here. And you are going to be looking for discussions where you can participate, add value, and get people to look at your profile. Okay, you don't want to get inside of these groups and start spamming people. That's not the objective. Your goal here is to be helpful. I mean that's your sole, because you want people to take an interest in you based on them being able to get their problem solved. Now, once you understand that, man, the key to being successful in LinkedIn is going to be consistency. So you can't get inside of LinkedIn on one occasion, on one day, and do a couple of activities and expect that you're going to have leads flowing in where you can get paid immediately. That's not going to happen. You've got to be consistent. You need to have a routine that you go through, and you need to continue to stay at it until you start getting leads. Now, you need to be consistent in posting good content and being helpful in groups. Those are the number one things you have to do inside of LinkedIn in order to attract the kind of people that are going to be willing to pay you for your service up front. Now, if you have all those other things, you've got your page and you've got some testimonials and you've got experience, then what you've got to do is you've got to get people interested in what it is that you do. Now, you want to make sure that your profile emphasizes your area of expertise and sells your services. Now, let's take a look at a good profile. Okay, you're looking at a person who's taking their profile seriously. He says, you want to drive sales into the stratosphere. Now, you may or may not necessarily like that statement, but what you're seeing here is you're seeing someone who is selling themselves. Right? Their profile is not just a bunch of dry facts. They know that people are going to come here. They're going to look at their profile. They're going to want to check them out. And you want to make sure that you are selling people. He's got a call to action here in his profile. Now, again, these are things that you can do in order to get people interested in you and to either qualify themselves in or qualify themselves out with you based on what they think that you can provide for them. So now your goal in getting traffic is going to be to attract people who want the service that you have based on your expertise. The best thing that you can do in order to get the kind of traffic that pays instantly is to separate yourself and to get in and be helpful inside of groups in your prospecting efforts. Now, this is a free version. It takes some time in order to do, but the payment is instant once you find a customer, and you're typically going to get paid a little more than if you were just selling a product or if you were selling just a freelance service that you only get paid one time. You are really looking for customers that are willing to pay. And so you're putting yourself in a position to generate much more for every sale. So you should expect to do a little more work, and you should expect for this to take a little longer than if you were to send traffic to an affiliate offer. Okay, so for some of you who have skills that other marketers or other people need, this is going to be ideal to you, and you want to find the people who need what you have and then get inside of the groups and help them, as well as posting relevant content on a daily basis. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in the next video. Now, this video is actually going to have nothing to do with internet marketing. It's not going to have anything to do with digital products. Yet it's going to be talking about instant cash. Now, one of the first things that you can do almost instantly is you can sell anything that you have in your possession, anything you have in your home, anything that you have that you don't want that someone else might want. Of course, the best place to do that, depending on where you live in the world, is going to be eBay. eBay has a way for just about everyone who's living any place to be able to sell to anyone living any place. Now, obviously, you're going to have to take pictures. You're going to have to send it off. You're going to have to do all of those things. But if that's something that you're willing to do, at least to get started, to get cash into your pocket, you can find out whatever the market is for what you have. For instance, if you have, let's say, if you have an extra blender or a computer or a book of some kind, you can just do a search for that particular book. Let's say if you have the Ultimate Sales Letter by Dan Kennedy, just type that in and we'll take a look to see what's available. Okay, there's the Ultimate Sales Letter for sale. Then all you got to do is to figure out, okay, how much has it sold for before. Just going to click the sold listings, and this will tell you how much it sold for before once you do that. Okay, so eBay actually says that this item has not sold at all. So let's try another book here. Okay, here's another book by Dan Kennedy, actually, Marketing to the Affluent. So if you have that book, you can put that book on sale for eBay. Here's what that book would have gone for: $10, $15, $5, $8. Now, once again, these are not going to be transactions that are going to make you rich. However, these transactions will put cash in your pocket. And you probably have a lot of leftover things in your house right now that you can put for sale. You can get things started by putting these things up on eBay, and you can actually do that while you get started looking. Now, if you have someone else to do this for you, if you have people in your house, you can actually have them get started on this process for you and list the items on eBay. There are other sites where you can do the pretty much the same thing. You can also sell your items in your local area on Craigslist. You probably already know that. All you've got to do is just pretty much go inside of here, take your pictures, put your items up for sale, and then this is probably going to be even faster than eBay. eBay, pretty much you're going to have an auction. You're going to have to wait for people to bid, ask you questions. Now, uh, that being said, this is going to be time consuming. People are going to be emailing you questions. But once again, this is a process for you to get quick cash into your pocket if you have something for sale that you know people want and that is in demand. Now, you can do pretty much the same thing on some of the other sites like Backpage, very similar to Craigslist, although not nearly as popular. You can also use eBay Classifieds. Okay, once again, not nearly as popular as Craigslist, but there are things that you can actually sell on this site. And also, one of the things that you can do is you can look for groups on Facebook that have things for sale. And if you go to your local area and just type in yard sale, like for instance, I just typed in Baltimore yard sale, and actually there are a number of places. I'm going to do that right now. I'm just going to type in Baltimore. If I just type in Baltimore yard sale, now all these are closed groups, but these are all people that are looking to either buy, sell, or trade items that they have. So if you have something that you're willing to post your picture of and actually be identified with, actually, and it's a very good way to sell some of your household items because you're not dealing with someone who's going to be anonymous. Somebody's got to pretty much show their face. You're going to be able to see their Facebook profile, and you can actually join all these groups, and you can sell in those areas where you can then get rid of some of your household items. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Okay, now in this video, what we're going to do is we are going to get into some forum marketing. Now, obviously, there's more than one internet marketing forum. We're going to be talking about the Warrior Forum in particular. Now, there are other forums that you can join that are make money online forums or internet marketing forums, but we're going to do this one. Now, one way that you can do this is that you can market with your forum signature. Now, let's take a look at what we mean when we do that. Now, inside the forum, obviously there are threads that people are discussing, and what you're basically going to do is you are going to make sure that you are commenting inside of those threads where you can really help people. Now, when you do this, you don't want to get inside of a thread just to show your link. You really want to go to a thread where you can add some value. And you should already have a Warrior Forum account with some posts. Let's take a look inside of one of the more active threads here, and let's say that here is a thread here. How can you stop getting screwed by Fiverr sellers? Now let's go inside of that thread and let's see what we mean here by doing some forum marketing. Okay, so now when I click inside of these threads, what's going to happen? Well, you obviously have the posts of various people who are going in here and they are commenting. Now, you also see that they have they've got basically signature files and links that you can click to their offers. Now, this is one way that you can get some immediate traffic to your offer. And you want to make sure to the best of your ability that you're commenting in relevant threads. Right now, again, this forum is moderated, and it does have people who are looking for folks who are not necessarily there to add value to the thread, but who are there just to be self-promotional. Now, you are going to be self-promotional, but you're going to be self-promotional in the context of actually helping somebody. So you'll see here, this person has 4 different links, right? None of these links are going to cost you anything. So all these links can go direct to the landing pages that you want them to go to, and you can make them clickable. Now, you do need to have that privilege inside of the warrior form for your signature. Now, the kind of person who's going to be looking at a Fiverr thread is probably going to be interested in outsourcing. Here's somebody who has in their signature get cheap articles. I'm not going to take a look at that particular signature, but that is the idea. In other words, he is posting in a thread. He's being helpful in a thread where people are going to be talking about outsourcing and has in a signature file the fact that you can get cheap articles. And somebody who's going to be looking for cheap articles probably is going to be into outsourcing. And that's pretty much what you want to do. You want to find those threads that are going to be relevant to what it is your offer is. Now, you can pay attention to the particular threads. Here's one for social media, one for e-commerce. So when you start thinking about what your offer is, mobile marketing, you want to make sure that you're active inside of the subthreads. And you want to be active so that when somebody sees your post for the first time, they'll take it seriously enough in order to click on your link. If you don't do that, then you'll just be looked at as someone new. People will not click on your link, and you will not necessarily get a lot of traffic clicking on your offer and going back to your page. Now, the last thing that you want to do is there are a couple of things here. Now, in the Warrior Forum special offer section, your signature is not going to appear in the product reviews and ratings. Your form signature is not going to appear. So don't do a WSO or don't do these things just to make sure that your signature gets seen, because again, that will not be what you want to do. Even though that costs money, it will not lead to your getting that free traffic from people clicking on your link once you make a post that they're going to be interested in. Okay, so that is number one way that you can do forum marketing inside of any forum, but in particular, you can do it inside of this internet marketing forum, which is the Warrior Forum. So pick one forum and go ahead and set up your signature, and then get in and start helping people as much as you can, and you will get traffic and people clicking on your offer and your signature that are interested in what you have to say. So with that, thanks, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, now one of the ways that you can make instant cash here on the Warrior Forum is obviously to create your own product and to sell it in the Warrior Special Offers Forum. Now, the Warrior Special Offer Forum does actually cost you. It is going to cost you $40 to submit your thread. However, you expect to be able to make 4 sales. If your product is $10, then you can easily put your thread here on the Warrior Forum and expect to get your money back. Now, there are a couple of things you're going to want to know. Now, in order to do this, and the rules are going to state this, I'm just going to click in here in the open rules so that you'll be able to see how things are going to go. Okay, now there are a couple of things you want to take note of. Number one, if you're going to have a WSO, it needs to be your product you created. So you can't get an affiliate product. If you didn't create it, then you can't post it, or that's technically the rules. The other thing that you want to really take note of, now it's said that your price should be better than the public gets. Not everybody follows that, but you still want to try to stay within that part of the Warrior Forum rule. And so you want to make sure to read through that thread, read the rest of the rules there. There is one more thing that is important for you to take a look at here. You want to come back out and you want to take a look at this thread inside of the Warrior Special Offers thread, which is how to pay for a thread. And let's take a look at that one. Now here's the order. You want to post your thread first, then a moderator is going to improve your thread. You're going to get a private message, and then as soon as you pay for the thread, then your thread goes live and you'll have a WSO. Now, there are a couple of things that you want to be aware of when you do that. Your thread's going to go pretty much live as soon as you pay for that thread. You don't get a chance to see it a second time. So now one of the things that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make sure your thread looks right on the Warrior Forum ahead of time. And there's a way to do that. I'm going to show you that here by going back out to the outside here. And then there's the area of the forum called Test Forum. And you can make your test post here, and you can make sure that your sales page is going to look right, or your Warrior Forum page looks right. So you can click in here, create your page, and I'll take you on the inside here so you can see what the test forum looks like. Okay, so basically it's not going to look any different from any other thread. You are going to be able to post in here, and what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to post your thread just like you're going to want to make it look inside of the WSO form. Now, when you do that, then all you're going to do is to come back here, copy all the information. Okay, you're going to copy all the source code and then add it to your thread. Okay, so the first thing is you want to get it right here inside of the post, get it looking the way you want, and then come back, and then you're literally going to copy all of the source code, and you're going to go back to the warrior form thread and submit it, just like we did when we took a look just a second ago. Okay, so I'm gonna back out of here, and there is one more thing that we need to look at here. Now, if you're struggling for ideas on how to create uh, copy that sells inside of the warrior form, well, the obvious place to look is going to be other warrior form special offers. You can click inside of the warrior special offer form, and then you want to start looking at the threads that are popular. And the threads that are popular, you want to take a look and see what their copy looks like. And then you don't want to copy directly, and you really don't want to copy at all, but you do want to get some ideas on what you can adapt for your thread. And if you're new to copywriting, that is really the best way for you to start creating copy that sells. Obviously, you're going to come back and you're going to adapt it, and you're going to adapt it for your particular offer. But if you want to try to figure out quickly, look at one of the long-lasting, more popular threads, and then take a look to see what that person's thread looks like. Okay, here's a person inside here, and again, I mean, you don't have to do it the way this person does. That's the way they did it. You've got a lot of different examples that you can use, and you can see some people have graphics done. You'll see other people that just do something that's pretty plain. Obviously, this person already has they've got some authority, or they've got some credibility because they've been in the warrior forum over some length of time. If you haven't been there any length of time, then you're not going to be able to take advantage of any particular authority or trust that you're going to have built. So you're going to have to make sure that your copy is professionally done. But this is something that you can do very easily if you want to post your thread inside of the warrior forum. Now, the only other issues that you want to deal with here is you're going to figure out how you're going to deliver your product. We've already talked about JVZoo. I want to take a minute and talk about Warrior Plus right now, because you can also use Warrior Plus to deliver your product here on the Warrior form. Let's take a look at Warrior Plus. Now, you want to get yourself an account at warriorplus.com. You want to then come inside of here and create a new product. Now, there are a couple of different ways to do that. You can do this inside. You can just buy a license for your thread, or you can do WSO Pro Advanced. Either way, you will be able then to create a product and have WSO Pro deliver that product to your buyer using their system, and you can put their buy button on your page. That pretty much is the way that you're going to be able to go and get started, and you can have this system deliver the product for you. WSO Pro and JVZoo are probably the two most recognizable names that people will have trust with you if you are delivering your product through those services. Okay, so that is your payment processing. They're going to do that through PayPal, and all you've got to do is get yourself set up with WSO Pro or JVZoo, and you are ready. You want to get a buy button once you buy a license or set up a product. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in the next video. Instant cash method number 4, using the other networks, Pinterest, Twitter, Google, and sending people from those networks, any one or all of them, to your own created product offering. Of course, you are posting your product offering on these social networks because of the people that you've built a relationship with. Now, they are more likely to understand the quality that you are bringing to the table, and you don't have to work past the trust factor. That is why this is going to help you to get a more instant response, to make instant cash, because you were really leaning on the relationship and the trust that you have already built. Now, as was stated earlier, you want to operate under the rule of posting at least 3 times with non-commercial posts, or things that are going to be helpful to people, and then the one that's promotional. Now, this is going to be your offer. Now, this should be the way you operate before you have to make the offer. Now, that is the key. Now, if you're starting right out, you may not get the response that you want, but you need to develop this kind of pattern. You need to develop this kind of relationship with the people that follow you, and you should be developing the kind of relationship where you are involved with people, you're sharing their content, you're reading, and you're interacting. That really is social networking, and you should be doing this on any network that you want to focus on, and in particular, any network where your target buyer is going to be. Now, again, this means that you should be building up your following on each of these networks with the people that buy from you. Right? So you should be looking for the people that are in your niche, and you should know that they buy information. Those are the people that you want to focus on. Now, of course, you can have lots of people, your friends, or lots of people you can have socially. I would suggest that if you're using these networks in order to generate cash, that you have a lot, or you generate a number of people that are going to be your target buyer, your target followers. Now, just as you're going to be doing with LinkedIn, you need to be consistent with this. This is not the kind of thing that you are going to benefit from, at least in terms of people making a purchase from your post, if they see you show up for the first time. Okay, now, there is a method of using these social networks where you build up your following as large as you can, and then you just send out the links as you see fit, and you just don't necessarily worry about connecting or building a relationship. Just building up your following, and just based on the law of large numbers, you are trying to make a sale. Now, that is a way to do it. However, you're not going to be able to do that and sustain that in the long run. If you can build relationships on one or some or all of these social networks, and you are consistent in your posting. Now, this does take time. This takes work in order to do. But building your following is the best way for you to be able to generate consistent instant cash when you need to do it. And like I said, what you're doing is you are leaning on the relationship when you benefit from your posts. Now, you can also do this method by sending people to an affiliate offer. And once again, the way to benefit from this is to have a bonus that no one else is offering, and to have a bonus that people would actually pay for. And in this particular case, if you have a product, that product can be your bonus and should be your bonus. Now, that means that really you should probably be in constant product production mode, even if you intend to sell as an affiliate. This is the best way, providing a unique bonus, which is to get people interested in your affiliate offer. Sending people to your pre-sale page where they find out about your bonus, and then sending them from that bonus page to your affiliate offer. Okay, so that really is it for instant cash method number 4, using all the other social networks to send them to your product offering or your affiliate offer. So with that, thanks, and I will see you in the next video.